The trouble is not in dying for a friend, but in finding a friend worth dying for. The secret to getting ahead is getting started. Always do what is right. It will gratify half of mankind and astound the other. Limitation in the possibility of enjoyment raises the value of the enjoyment. Happiness is a child's dream, fulfilled in maturity. Every normal person is really only partly normal. When you fish for love, bait with your heart, not your brain. It's easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled. Man will do many things to get himself loved. He will do all things to get himself envied. I do not fear death. I had been dead for billions and billions of years before I was born, and had not suffered the slightest inconvenience from it. A half-truth is the most cowardly of lies. Most people do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. The best is always the enemy of the good. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. A woman should soften, but not weaken a man. Words have a magical power. They can bring either the greatest happiness or the deepest despair. Choose your friends wisely. The fastest way to become better is to surround yourself with better people. Be loyal or stay single. That's simple. Expect nothing. Appreciate everything. Be grateful for the little things in your life to find inner peace. Never say maybe if you want to say no. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Your self-respect has to be stronger than your feelings. When you are angry, stay silent. You have three choices in life. You can watch things happen, make things happen, or wonder what the hell happened. We are never so defenseless as when we love, and never so helplessly unhappy as when we lose the object of love or his love. Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. At a woman's breast, love and hunger are crossed. If the mind is willing, the flesh could go on and on without many things. Ponder and deliberate before you make a move. Envy is destructive. Don't be tempted by it. Live by your own rules. How bold one gets when one is sure of being loved. In the small matters, trust the mind. In the large ones, trust the heart. Ultimate excellence lies not in winning every battle, but in defeating the enemy without ever fighting. It is easy to love your friend, but sometimes the hardest lesson to learn is to love your enemy. If you can survive your own thoughts, you can survive anything. If they don't appreciate you, they don't deserve you. Learn to heal without venting to everyone. Avoid gossip at all costs. It's poison to your mind. The root of all suffering is attachment. Time always exposes what you truly mean to someone. To avoid disappointment, expect nothing from nobody. Everything comes to you at the right time. Be patient and trust the process. Failure is a bruise, not a tattoo. A man should not be without morals. It is better to have bad morals than none at all. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. The human race has only one really effective weapon, and that is laughter. If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you read the newspaper, you're misinformed. Work like you don't need the money. Dance like no one is watching. And love like you've never been hurt. Memories which someday will become all beautiful when the last annoyance that encumbers them shall have faded out of our minds. Conscience takes up more room than all the rest of a person's insides. Never argue with a fool. Onlookers may not be able to tell the difference. If someone is trying to bring you down, they are already below you. No matter how smart, successful, and good-looking you are, nobody likes arrogance. Humility is everything. Don't feel guilty for doing what's best for you. Do your best and trust the process. The harder you work, the luckier you will get. Never take anything personally. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality. Be forgiving. Be understanding, but do not be a fool. The best way to respect yourself is to discipline yourself. If you are a giver, remember to learn your limits because the takers don't have any. Don't waste your time with explanations. People only hear what they want to hear. Stay strong. Even when things begin to fall apart, stay strong. You don't have to win every argument. Agree to disagree. Name the greatest of all inventors. Accident. Politicians and diapers must be changed often, and for the same reason. When people do not respect us, we are sharply offended. Yet in his private heart, no man respects himself much. As soon as one is at rest in this world, he goes on something else to worry about. When I was a boy of 14, my father was so ignorant I could hardly stand to have the old man around. But when I got to be 21, I was astonished at how much the old man had learned in 7 years. The secret source of humor itself is not joy but sorrow. The right word may be effective, but no word was ever as effective as a rightly timed pause. Honesty, the best of all the lost arts. We recognize that there are no trivial occurrences in life if we get the right focus on them. We seek more to take suffering away from ourselves than to gain pleasure. Nothing costs so much in life as illness and ignoring an illness. We enter the world with loneliness and lonely leave it. Love and work, work and love, that's all there is. We do not randomly choose each other. We meet only those who already exist in our subconscious. The mind is like an iceberg. It floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. Who lacks sex speaks about sex. Hungry talks about food. A person who has no money, about money. And our oligarchs and bankers talk about morality. Experience teaches us that the world is not a nursery.